But my name is Breck Rice. I'm the co-founder of ServeRx. We'll hear a little more about that. If you don't know who we are, we'll tell you a little more about that. But I absolutely love community pharmacies. I've devoted over 20 years now to supporting community pharmacy, helping them get fair reimbursements, get the reimbursements they deserve. And so we put on this roundtable also to help our pharmacy partners not just survive, but thrive. And there will be a replay of this today at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So if you get called away, if a patient needs you, if you get an important phone call and get pulled away, please rejoin using that same link that you joined with for the meeting right now. That same link will be the link to use at 6 p.m. Eastern for the replay. Also, Wednesday, February 7th, will be our next live roundtable. So please join us and to learn all of the great services and solutions. I promise you some revenue solutions that wouldn't create extra work for your staff and doesn't require a whole bunch of cost and implementation, but it's truly passive revenue for your pharmacy. We'll talk more about that here later in the presentation. But let's go ahead and get started and share with you some of the wonderful information we have. One of the main reasons why I started these roundtables is based off of this Fortune report that stated that for the first time ever in our history of community pharmacy, we have dipped below the 20,000 mark. Pharmacies that have just started to sell off their files or close their doors. And we absolutely can't have that. The community pharmacy is truly the wellness health hub for our communities, and we need to keep them alive and well. Obviously, it's hard to stay in business when your profit margins go from 36 down to 3%. And another scary statistic is about 1/3 of the prescriptions dispensed from a community pharmacy today are dispensed below your acquisition cost of the medication. We want to help in any way that we can. And so that's why we put these roundtables on. Here's some of the unfortunate losses recently. Pharmacies that have been open for 80 years, another one that was open for 106 years that closed their doors because of not only the poor reimbursements, but also the DIR fees. Just a recent list, we get the updates from our PSAO partners. One more closure tomorrow in Great Falls, Montana, unfortunately. As I mentioned, it's not just the poor margin or reimbursement, it's also the DIR fees. This is a pretty sobering statistic here that between 2010 and 2019, the DIR fee increase was over 91,000%. That would be the equivalent of getting a gallon of milk today for $3,600. So absolutely ridiculous. And we're still unsure what the DIR Armageddon will be for 2024. But we know it's coming. So what can be done? We truly believe that community pharmacies need to get about 1/3 of your revenue being non-dispensing revenue. So again, if 1/3 of your claims are being dispensed below your acquisition cost, it makes sense that 1/3 of your revenue should come from other sources and not just dispensing medication. So I used to play Pee Wee League hockey when I was a kid. One of my all-time heroes is Wayne Gretzky. Most of you probably heard this quote before. What made him such a great player is that he skated to where the puck was going to be, not where it's been. And that's what we are asking our community pharmacies to do today. I'm going to show you a quick explainer video on the ServeRx program, and then Will Shaw is going to tell us more about that.
An injured worker comes into your pharmacy. What do you do? Do they have a PBM card? Who is their carrier? Will I have to make a bunch of calls to find out? Will I get paid? And if I get paid, will it even cover the cost of the drugs? Don't worry, just send the claim to ServeRx. They will do all of the work, guarantee payments, and you will even make more. Less work and more money. What do you have to lose? You are probably already contracted through your PSAO. All you need to do is enroll. www.serverx.com.
All right, so I'd like to turn some time over to Will Shaw from my team to tell you more about our program.
Thank you, Brett. Great morning, great afternoon, everyone. Like Brett said, ServerX, we love community pharmacies. We have over 17,000 pharmacies enrolled in our program. We do help pharmacies receive those fair reimbursements that you legally deserve. As you can see right here, for example, I love to use meloxicam. If a patient was to come into your pharmacy, they have a PBM card, you was to adjudicate that meloxicam through that PBM, your pharmacy may be reimbursed $3 to $4 for that meloxicam. Now, if you was to use the same process and adjudicate that meloxicam through ServeRx's benePCN, the numbers actually went up here. Just the other day, I seen a pharmacy be reimbursed $105 for that meloxicam, and that is what your pharmacy will be reimbursed in 30 days if you are with a PSAO, and if you are an independent pharmacy, that will be reimbursed to your pharmacy in 45 days. And how we're able to give that pharmacy that fair reimbursement that you legally deserve is we reimburse the pharmacy of AWP. So for brand medications, we reimburse the pharmacy 85% plus a $2 dispense fee. Then for generic medications, we reimburse the pharmacy 70% plus a $2 dispense fee. We do have a live help desk that is available 7 days a week. So if your pharmacy was to receive a rejection for a claim, please feel free to give our help desk a call, and they help the pharmacy right then and there. Again, like the video said, we're here to help take the work out of workman's comp and give you those fair reimbursements that you legally deserve. You don't have to worry about calling the adjuster, etc. ServeRx will do the legwork for that claim. Okay, this service is available to everybody through your PSAO. Even if you're not with a PSAO, ServeRx will just put you on the direct contract and will pay the pharmacy directly for those claims. If you are with a PSAO, your pharmacy will be reimbursed in 30 days through that PSAO central pay. I know a few PSAOs is trying to opt out of certain PBM contracts. We did have one, Epic, who opted out of a Timesys contract. So a lot of their pharmacies are definitely seeing the benefits of even more now adjudicating those Timesys claims through ServeRx.
Awesome. Thank you, Will. And, one of the things that people get confused about is if they're in network with some of the other, PBMs. So like that Timesys is a good example, right? So Timesys is acquired by Optum now, but they still operate, as a separate entity. And so, one PSAO has been successful in carving out that. I'm working overtime to help move forward with legislation to unbundle those networks as well. So just because you want the 65 million patients in United Healthcare shouldn't mean that you're forced to also take Catamaran, Cypress Care, Timesys, all of their other bundled networks. So actually have a meeting the 1st of February with Representative Buddy Carter, also not only a congressman, but also a pharmacist, to talk about that very thing, and been working with NCPA too to try to get that unbundled. But if you are in network, so let's say that you are with with Optum and Catamaran claim comes through, you do have to honor that contract and send it to them directly. We can help process the 1/3 or so of the claims that are managed by self-insured employer groups, and then we're that default processor for the first fill. We can also help you with marketing materials as well. Are there any questions about the ServeRx program? I want to open that up to get your questions answered at this time. And if you think of one, feel free to drop it in the chat to Will, and he can respond there. We'll move forward, and want to introduce my friend Scott Lampier, who's with Germs RX. This is an incredible new technology for pathogen protection. And I not only love it, I use it. I have two grandkids that I travel with. We just did a New Year's trip with the grandkids, and I take this product along. One sheet, we had the travel pack, but I took the big pack as well, because one sheet of this, I can literally, you'll see how big these are. This is, well, I grabbed two, sorry. This is one sheet, and I can wipe down both grandkids from head to toe with that one sheet, and it's water-based, so it's safe to use. And it protects them. It keeps creates a covalent bond to help keep them germ-free while they're touching every everything, the seat back, tray tables, the buckles, everything on the plane. This way I help keep them safe. And then I take another one and wipe down all those things, the tray table and the and the buckles and everything that I know they're going to be playing with. So Scott, hopefully I didn't steal your thunder there, but please tell us more about Germs RX.
As always, impeccable, and the check's in the mail, buddy. The amazing thing of this technology is that it's not just that it works so well, is that it's so flexible and gets used everywhere. The ability to protect you from not only COVID, but from fentanyl, MRSA, staph, all the HAI things that are going on in the hospital. It's really amazing technology. And the thing is, you don't even know that it's working because it's water-based. It doesn't tingle or anything when it goes on, like the alcohol is drying out your skin. And the patented trademarked technology is called Zetracil. It's in all our products, whether it be wound care, laundry products. We have body sprays and disinfectants. And I just invite you to the 800 number is on there, I believe, but I'll put it in the chat. 888 toll-free number. And I know I've been promising this, but my website is coming up, Breck. It is.
Good.
But I've been spending so much time at my mom's that unfortunately she's not been all that well. So I've had to really spend a lot of time with her. But I can't begin to tell you what a good friend Breck is, and the way he supports all the people in the program. You cannot have a better leader as far as being straightforward and transparent. I just feel fortunate. Hopefully soon. I went through the board review this morning, Breck, with the PFOA.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll hear soon on that, and might be getting distribution soon in there. And PharmaLink as well.
Good.
So we're getting traction, and I appreciate everybody in this revenue increasing for pharmacy program.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. Our best wishes to your mom, and I know you've got some huge responsibilities there with her. But please reach out to Scott. You can just chat with him in the chat if you've got additional questions. Reach out to him. This is something that you should be carrying in your pharmacy, because just one bottle of their hand sanitizer protection, this one bottle will replace about 60 or 70 bottles of the alcohol-based hand sanitizer, because it lasts for if the FDA says it lasts 4 hours, it must last 5 or 6 hours. All right, thank you. And moving on, I want to welcome to the roundtable here Jonathan, to talk about an exciting product that just launched at this last NCPA conference.
Breck, thanks for having me. Yes, we launched Breath Rocks at the NCPA event back in October, and we started shipping product in December. We've already had pharmacies that ordered in December have been reordering, so that's been great to see. What Breath Rocks, what it is it's a popping breath mint. And what this product does is it actually helps you in 3 ways. First, what the zinc does is it neutralizes the gas in your mouth that causes bad breath. Secondly, all that popping action, what that does is that activates your saliva. And then third, all those pieces start rubbing on those mouth. What that does, it scrubs your mouth. So neutralize, activate, scrub. That's how the product works. And so it's fun, it's flavorful, and it's functional. And so what we've done is, as you can see there, we actually have resurrected this product. It was sold on QVC and HSN in a $30 box for several of these tubes. We actually came in and we updated the branding. We launched it through independent pharmacies, and we're doing a crowdfunding campaign. Now, Breck, actually, I need to give you an updated presentation because on Monday, we actually dropped our MSRP and our wholesale price down a little bit ahead of schedule. We had planned because as you can see on the presentation, the retail price is $349 and the wholesale price is $174. We had let our investors who are pharmacists and our clients know that when we got our cost of goods down, we would be reducing that, but we actually kind of wanted to get ahead of it. And so we actually reduced it. So now the MSRP is $299 and the wholesale price is $149. So you still have that 100% Keystone margin. So this fantastic product is not just a wonderful functional breath mint, but what it actually also is it's a tool to help grow your pharmacy. Because when you take a look at this product and you're saying, well, gosh, if I'm going to go do doctor detailing, don't bring donuts to the doctors. You're not Dunkin' Donuts. Bring a product that you actually carry. Bring a product that the staff and the doctors are going to be really excited about, and bring a product that actually that may bring them back to your pharmacy because they're going to want to get this product because it's just so fun and exciting, and it also helps to deal with some of the side effects of the prescriptions they're writing with dry mouth and things like that. And so we're so focused with launching through pharmacies and helping pharmacies use this tool to grow their pharmacies. That's why we've been raising our funds for our seed loan from pharmacists. So right now we've raised over $450,000 from about 50 different pharmacists. So we've got folks who are in the NCPA leadership, IPC leadership, AAP leadership. We got 3 pharmacists on the top 50 most influential pharmacists. So we've got a great group of folks. And we just signed a big agreement with a convenience store co-op that supplies to 100,000 locations across the country. We signed a sales and distribution deal with them. So we're going to be in, all the independents out there as they adopt this, all of the independent convenience stores as they adopt this. But really the base of us having this as a product that pharmacies can use, whether it's you've got kids who are nervous about getting their vaccination, give them some breath rocks while this party's going on in their mouth. You can jab them while they're distracted and then give them a bottle afterwards. It only costs you $1.49. And then now mom's gonna be telling all of her friends to come down to Village Pharmacy to get their vaccinations and to buy some more breath rocks. So if you're interested in the product, please reach out to me. I'll put my information in the chat. If you're interested in investing, please let me know as well, because this is just a wonderful product that we're excited to bring to independents, and just been really humbled to have a lot of support from you folks with the launch of this product.
Yeah, it's an amazing product. Jonathan was nice enough to send me some samples for stocking stuffers for my kids. They all love it. Grandkids, of course, love it. You have to watch them or they'll just down the whole bottle. But super fun product, but functional as well, and it really works. So if you haven't had the opportunity to try it, you definitely need to try it. Any specific questions for Jonathan right now before we move on? All right, if anything comes up, please feel free to ask it in the chat. You can meet Jonathan there in the chat. And I didn't see Jessica here today or Tom from Real Value, but I know this company well enough that I'll quickly give you the highlights. So Real Value is a secondary wholesaler. We know all of our community pharmacies have, alignment with a primary wholesaler, but this would be a secondary wholesaler that does carry. Usually, they only carry generics. This wholesaler, Real Value RX, actually has brand and generics. In fact, their pricing is so good that we know pharmacies who have ditched the worrying about the rebates and all the stuff that they get from their primary, and they just use Real Value for all of their medication needs, because it ends up being better cost than even getting a rebate back from the wholesaler. They have added Saturday deliveries. They're been around for a long time, 36 years, and they help you market to your doctors too. So they'll provide what high AWP products that they carry, and you can market those products out to the markets, to your doctors. I've got some of their product portfolios that they send, and then they have this really cool program too, that is the Easy Script RX, which is a sister company of theirs, that will actually do, you can plug in and see exactly what your reimbursement is going to be on an NDC. So you might want to check that out too. And I can certainly get you in connection with the Real Value folks if you don't already know how to contact them. So just please reach out to me and I'll get you connected with them. So any questions you might have about Real Value, please put in the chat. And I know Devon is feeling a little under the weather, so I saw you pop in the room. Do you want to cover this, or you want me to cover it for you? Be happy to cover. So the part of the NCPA initiative this past fall was the Team Up initiative, and so I love that, because collectively our community pharmacies are the largest chain in the nation. And sometimes we have a difficulty in marketing our services as being one of the biggest healthcare organizations as independent pharmacies collectively. And so what the Pharmacy Hub does is it takes several services that would be needed for digital marketing and combines them all into one service. So you don't have to pay 5 or 6 different software or service fees. It's all bundled in the Pharmacy Hub. So it's your web site builder or maintaining your website, and really easy drag and drop solutions, but with the latest and greatest images and optimization for both PC and for mobile. It's your patient engagement tool. You can even set up outreach to patients. So if you're promoting, your flu shots right now, you can actually do some outreach engagement. Digital marketing, so all your social media and everything that can be set up through this tool. Email campaigns. They even have a telehealth combination in there. It's all 100% HIPAA compliant, and again, it combines all those services into one. So amazing product that is available to you for your digital marketing. Please put any questions that you might have in there. So I haven't seen that John has been able to join yet, and I know he is going to. I'm going to fast forward here a little bit, and then we'll come back when he does get in. So I'm going to tell you about the Fountain of Youth. There is a new CEO now for the Fountain of Youth. Michael Phillips has just come on board. He is dealing with a COVID at his house. So the timing was great today to introduce the new CEO. But I'll cover the information for you real quickly here on the Fountain of Youth. This is an amazing program that is going to help pharmacies generate anywhere between 30,000-60,000 per month in new revenue in clinical services. This is not going to take a lot. In fact, one of the big concerns was, launching this program. Well, our pharmacy is going to have to figure out the staffing of it. How do they split their time between all their duties at the pharmacy and now on the clinic side? That's all going to be taken care of for you. So it's a complete plug and play solution that is also a part of the NCPA Team Up initiative. This will be creating the largest healthcare collaborative in the US, and you can be a part of it. There's still a couple of openings for the first 10 pilot locations that are being set up. The one that's already up and functional is doing over $30,000, I think about $35,000 per month now. And this is the wellness clinic in a box. So think about like the kind of retail clinics like the Minute Clinic, but this is on steroids because of the technology that's being used in it, the medical devices that are being used in it, the personalized medicine and nutrition approaches that are being used. Some other great programs that are coming down the pipe with wound care for diabetic lesions, and some amazing things. Well, what does that mean for you as a community pharmacist and billing? Here's an example just on the billing side. When you are able to do clinical billing and not pharmacy billing, it is a tremendous bump. And through a collaborative practice agreement, you can do that. So here's a client of mine that did almost 10,000 flu shots last flu season. He was averaging about $17 per flu shot. So his reimbursement was $167,400. After credentialing, same amount of work, almost $1 million in revenue. One of the other programs coming online shortly is what I call mailbox money, and that's with STI, STD testing. This is a home health test, and so whether they get the test from your pharmacy or if they just scan your QR code and have the fulfillment company drop ship the test, you still make the markup, whatever the wholesale to the retail price is on that. So again, mailbox money, you don't even have to talk to the patient. They just scan your QR code and you can get you more information about that. I want to show you just a real quick demonstration of one of the medical devices that's being used. This is the first of its kind that can be billed to insurance for the, it falls under PEMF, pulsating electromagnetic energy. This particular device is at a frequency between 10 and 30 megahertz. So it actually gets to the micro circulation. So the very capillaries, the very, ends of the fingertips and toes and places that's hard to get circulation to. Better circulation means that you are going to have more oxygen nutrients to those cells. Those cells aren't going to die and inflame and create a disease down the road. And so this device is the first of its kind to get FDA Class 2 approval. Before now, it was only used by the rich and famous and a lot of pro athletes because they could afford it. And so it is used by over 2,000 professional athletes and even teams like the 49ers. Go Niners! I'm rooting for them. Want to see them get back in the Super Bowl. Sorry if your team's already been knocked out in the playoffs. Purdy is from my neighborhood here, so I gotta root for them. So, but let me show you this real quick demo that is going to show before simulation, and I'm just going to start it here so I can explain what you're going to see here. This is a very blown up view of a leg muscle. So on the far left side, you're going to see one individual capillary. So this is the arterial bringing the blood to the extremity, and the venual returning the blood to get, go back through the lungs, heart and lungs, get more oxygen. You'll see at times this little capillary isn't even getting any blood flow whatsoever. It's stopped up, it's very lethargic, but only after 3 minutes of stimulation, it is flowing naturally into the extremities. After 6 minutes, it's flooding into the extremities. And then if you also pay attention to the right side, you'll see there's more activity in white blood cells as well. This is recorded to last up to 18 hours in the patient. So this is 30 minutes after treatment right here as an example, no change. So I show you that because there's some really high tech technology that's being brought into this wellness center, and that is the focus too. It's not sick care. You can still take care of all the chronic issues, strep throat, all of that, or your nurse will do that. Again, I don't want you to think that this is extra work for you as the pharmacist. This will actually even be staffed for you and run for you. It's all inclusive, plug and play. You just need to have the space for it. So think they're needing about 150 square feet or something like that. Basically, you're turning your whatever consult room that you might have into, or an MTM room, you're turning that into now a clinic room. Like I said, all inclusive, all the credentialing, licensing, patient management, practice management, billing collections, everything is all included. And the ROI on this is about 3 months till you're in positive profits on this. They're also putting together a pharmacy fund that you can be a part of, and this is your own VC fund that you can borrow from yourself to do the build out, and then you pay yourself back, and now you have equity in the fund. So you really have two revenue streams that are coming from this new project. So not just your clinical revenue, but then you'll also be a part of the pharmacy fund. And I can get you more information about that as well. One of the other things that we're going to launch shortly, and I've got a couple of helpers on today listening in, we're actually setting up a webinar series for financial services for our community pharmacies. So at some point in time, you're going to retire from pharmacy. Whether you plan it or you don't plan it, you're going to eventually be done with pharmacy. We want you to be planned ahead and pay less in taxes. So there's some great tax programs that help our small business owners. And then also set up for retirements. We'll actually be doing a seminar, launching that seminar here in a couple of weeks. And so look for that for more details on that. Any questions about the Fountain of Youth program, please ping me. I'll get those over to Michael and we'll get your questions answered. So like I said, I think there's still a couple of spots open for the pilot program. The goal is to roll this out nationwide. Once we have a big enough footprint, then we can go into the employer groups and direct their wellness programs into our community pharmacies instead of going to a Concentra or going through, a CVS or someone like that. Again, collectively, we have the biggest footprint in community pharmacy. So real quick, I'm going to back up now that John is here before we get to you, Cindy, if that's okay. Let me go back to John and cover RX Spark. All right, so welcome to the roundtable, John. We look forward to hearing about your program, which is absolutely wonderful. This is, I promised you, passive revenue. This is the passive revenue program that I promised. It's called My RX Spark, and it's an amazing program, and he has an amazing offer for you today as well. John.
That's a great introduction. So thank you very much for that. Background is we built WebMD, we build platforms for Yahoo Money, and we have built a platform on the pharmacy side to help people get the best price for their drugs. And again, with several PBMs out there, with the cost and so forth, we're cheaper than GoodRx 95 out of 100 times because we cut all the costs out from the PBM costs and using NADAC pricing. The pharmacy gets the correct fill price from the PBM, so that's secure. What we've done is basically added to that. As Breck has explained, the margins have dropped, so how can you make more money? When we do an adjudication and pass somebody through, we get paid. And what we're doing with that extra money over and above your fill price is sharing that revenue with you. So that's one side. And think of it as layers. So now you get more money by using this pharmacy discount card than anyone else. And the second thing we've done is, as a layer, is created it uniquely for every community pharmacy. So if it's Bill's Pharmacy, then we would know it's Bill's Pharmacy, unique numbers, so that every user that comes in to the pharmacy and gets that version of MyRx Spark is guaranteed to get back to Bill's Pharmacy, which also means that the Bill's Pharmacy can get out in the community to churches and schools and laundromats and put posters and cards up that are actually directly related to Bill's Pharmacy and drive traffic back to Bill's Pharmacy. The second thing it does as another layer is that these customers of the community pharmacy can then market and just share with their friends and family all over the country. And that share has Bill's Pharmacy numbers on the card, the posters, the QR code. So anyone using this platform anywhere in America, the community pharmacy gets paid. And as Brett quite rightly says, you can earn while you're sleeping, because while they're using your card in a different part of the country, you're earning from it. So the layers start with, we've created a brand called MyRx Spark. We've made it unique to every community pharmacy so that you're secure that you know you're going to get the revenue. You can market it in your store and eradicate other pharmacy discounts that you're not making money on. Get out in the community and drive more traffic, and let all of that traffic drive to the friends and families of those users, and you earn from that. And I know Devang is Devang on this call, Breck?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so Devang has an opportunity to build a website for you and so forth. But as an interim, we know who you are. You've complete information so that we can actually target your customers. You can target your customers and the people out in your community and their friends. So we're actually creating a web page that is unique to you on that site as well. If I can share screens, I don't know if I can do that. Breck, can I do that?
Yeah, let me give you access real quick here.
So again, as a precursor to Devang's very, very detailed site, we've created a site that's unique to a pharmacy. And it looks like this. A little bit about you, the services you have to offer, about MyRx Spark, then coming down the page, the opening times, and contact us information. So all that information then becomes on the MyRx Spark site as an interim to wanting your own site from Devang. Again, it's built because you pull in the information, and we can optimize that and drive traffic to you as an interim solution to the bank. I'm very happy we're going to tidy this up and get it live. I'm working with Breck now to find one community pharmacy without a website so that we can go build this out for them. And once we've got that, there'll be a link, and we're very happy to share that link out to all the community pharmacies.
Excellent. And I've put in the chat, there is an explainer video. You'll see I spammed the chat there 2 or 3 times with the explainer video about MyRx Spark. And then there's also the enrollment process that is right there in the chat. So be sure and save the chat so that you have that information. Let me pull back up my presentation, and thank you, John. Appreciate that. Any questions for John before we move on? Yeah, great service. It's the adoption rate on the GoodRx is only about 10%, even with as much marketing and everything that they have behind that. One of the reasons is that it costs our community pharmacies every time that a patient uses that. This program allows you to get your cash price for the medication, and then like John mentioned, you're going to actually share in what the PBM actually gets in return too. So you're generating additional revenue on top of just the medication. And then the online store is fabulous, absolutely fabulous to me, because most of our community pharmacies don't have any way of actually generating sales unless the patient actually walks into their pharmacy. And now with this program, you can generate sales 24/7, and you can market that. So if you have a patient that is on metformin, you can market to that patient supportive, blood glucose monitoring supplies, whatever, to help support that. So great, amazing program. I believe the numbers work out to be about $50,000 a year in just passive revenue. Is that correct, John?
Yes, that's $50,000 of revenue for the community pharmacy, not including the friends and family of
Right.
those users as well, using the card and buying products and services, rather than use any other source like Amazon or CVS or Walgreens.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you and sharing that with us here on the roundtable. Any questions for John? Feel free to meet him in the chat. You can ask those questions there in the chat of him. Otherwise, look at the links that I've provided you there and start the enrollment process. Next up, we have my friend Cindy Gordon with Gordon Health Group. Not only do we bring you revenue generating solutions, we want to also bring you cost saving solutions. And Cindy has an amazing program to help small businesses like yours.
Awesome. Thanks, Breck. With bringing on more revenue, growing the business revenue-wise, that ultimately means that companies are going to need more staff to manage all that business. And with that makes health insurance coverage and health insurance benefits so much more important to offer. And nobody likes looking at health insurance coverage. It's confusing. It's, generally not in somebody's wheelhouse of expertise. And specifically for small business owners, it takes their focus away from the day-to-day operations. So it's important to have an expert in your corner who will educate you on the array of options that are out there. Business leaders tend to go towards the traditional insurance options. They have become really expensive nowadays. And there's pros and cons to them besides the price. So we love to work with small businesses to give them the array of options that are out there, and to share the pros and cons, help them make informed decisions in a way that makes sense to them. We've been able to reduce monthly premiums on health insurance coverage for small businesses up to 35%. And we've also, at the same time, been able to lower the out-of-pocket costs for the employees. So that's on their, share of the premiums if they contribute to it, but also when they have medical situations. And we really like to partner with small businesses to be part of their team, their administrative team. So when their employees have questions, again, people don't have that expertise within the organization. So they contact us, they reach out to us, we guide them, we help them, we take care of enrollments and, changeover of staff, all of those things, because we know that's not something that small business owners or their staff members have the knowledge to do. So we would love to talk to any small business owners, especially community pharmacies. We've been thrilled to partner with Breck down this path, and just to explore ways of helping them lower premiums and provide great value to their staff that makes sense for them. So my contact information is in the chat, and I appreciate all that you do, Breck.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy. Appreciate your support in the roundtable. If you have any questions for Cindy, please meet her in the chat. I didn't see Chris here today with Bioelite. I think most of you know about Bioelite now. You can get it right through your wholesalers. Great product. It's everything you would get in an intravenous IV, but now in a drinkable. And so the amazing product that not only helps with dehydration, but nausea as well. So, anytime I hear somebody that is struggling going through chemo treatments or whatever, we send this out to them. And then another marketing opportunity is with your sports teams, because this BioLite has 550% more electrolytes than you get from the leading sports drinks, but without all the sugar and sweetener that you get from those sports drinks. So amazing product. If you haven't already brought that into your pharmacy, you might want to consider bringing that in and potentially marketing it out to sports teams as well. So one last thing want to mention to you here before closing is an upcoming Profit Summit. Most of you probably know Dr. Lisa Foss, and she puts on these annual pharmacy profit summits. The next one is coming up in is it March? I'm trying to find the date on here. Probably get a better slide for this next time. But yeah, it's just
March 10th.
March 10th and 11th. There we go. But here's the scary statistics from experts, that 10 to 20% of our independent pharmacy owners will be forced to sell or close this year in 2024. Not on my watch. Let's come together and do everything we can, and that's the reason why we put on these roundtables. We want to see our community pharmacies not just survive but thrive. That's why we look at these different programs to help bring new revenue into your pharmacy. If you have space, you need to consider doing the Fountain of Youth Wellness Clinic. That is going to be a tremendous. I think the last projections I saw on that, it adds $750 to $1 million per year in revenue to your pharmacy. And consider going to the Profit Summit in March 10th and 11th, because there's always great ideas on how to generate more revenue for your pharmacies. So the other thing that Richard and I will be putting on here shortly is the webinars for financial planning. Richard has some amazing tax solution. Do you want to take just 2 seconds, Richard, real quick, introduce yourself and tell them what you're an expert at?
Sure. My company basically gives money to businesses because we identify the credits and incentives, the government credits and incentives that are available, and tax strategies that are available. Typically, what we find, we represent a tax law firm, a consulting tax law firm. The managing partner of the tax law firm is an attorney. He's a master's of law in taxation. He's on the National Tax Review Board, and he is a CPA. So, and we focus on working specifically with small mid-sized businesses. We have a real niche in the pharmacy world. He has done a lot of work with pharmacists, and there's some very specific things to do. But basic bottom line, the headline is that we're typically able to save 20 to 40% of the personal taxes of the owners of a business, simply because they're not taking advantage of all of the strategies that are available. And since we come at it from both a legal and an accounting standpoint, we're seeing it differently. We don't replace people's CPAs or attorneys. This is a unique area. Been doing it over 25 years, all 50 states, over almost 4,000 companies, but we're typically able to reduce the taxes dramatically, as well as help with things like succession planning and asset protection and things like that. So that's what we're bringing to the table, and working with Breck, which I appreciate dramatically. Thanks, Breck.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. And so I have put back up in the chat one last time my contact information. There is a Calendly link there. It's a live link. You can actually find an open spot on my calendar if you want to go into any additional details of any of the solutions that we've presented today. Again, absolutely love community pharmacy. I will do everything in my power to help you be successful, and that's the whole reason why we put on these roundtables. Please reach out to me for a one-on-one. We have about 2 minutes for any questions right now. Be happy to answer those for you here if I have the answer. Otherwise, click on that Calendly link and let's set up a time to chat. I want to thank our presenters, everyone who's presented today on your amazing products and services. And thank you for supporting the roundtable. It's always great to have you here to present on your topics and some great, wonderful solutions to help pharmacies boost either front-end sales or look at completely new revenue programs that you may have not have thought of before. So any questions in the last minute? Well, thank you for your attendance today. There will be a replay of this at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So 6 p.m. Eastern time. If there is anyone in your network that needs to hear this information, please invite them. Share that same link, the same Zoom link that you used to log into this meeting will be used at 6 p.m. Eastern today for the replay. And please tell your pharmacy owner friends, they need to see this. We need to get them set up with some of these solutions to help them save on costs and earn on new profits and revenue that's available to them. Again, thank you, everybody, and Happy New Year. This is our first roundtable of the new year, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks, everyone.